Here, click this.
Click that.
Yeah.
Oh. Error on Facebook.
Oh, here, see, it's
Yellow.
there. Okay.
What?
Can you go to restream? I don't know if we're live or not, but
we are live on YouTube.
sige. But so we can't see the chat.
We are live on YouTube. Oh shit. Alright. Okay. Alright. See, that's why.
So hard to
But
stream.
now we need to check if we're live on Facebook.
I don't have any devices anymore.
See, that's why. It's always good to have several devices.
So you can put up restream here.
Oh, we're on the website?
Sup, Eric Altuna. Doing a surprise show. We'll talk about it in a bit. We're just trying to figure out if we're streaming on FB.
Okay.
Can you use your laptop while charging? You can. I don't, but you can. Sup, Mark Lewis. Another familiar name. Oh, ITX Addict.
Yeah, we're live.
Also on Facebook.
We're live on Facebook
Okay.
also.
I'll message you ITX Addict later about your stuff.
Actually, what do you call it, bro? You can read the chat from here. Since you're more familiar with everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Just need to get closer.
Or do you want to move this here? What happens if we move it here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ayan.
Yeah, di natuloy si Art from Manila Bulletin. The schedules got crossed. So, we're gonna reschedule him for next month, for July. But in the meantime, Rafael and I are gonna do a surprise stream. Why don't I just like...
You can
tell it's a surprise stream because sobrang medyo magulo.
Alright, so what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna talk about a little bit about the things we reviewed already in our past videos in a more conversational tone, hindi yung ginagawa namin sa mga review videos namin.
Mas candid. And sup to Leah Magnaye, thanks for joining us. You were able to join the stream.
I think you need to move your chair so that you're facing the microphone.
Alright. Is the levels are okay?
The levels are okay?
Well, it could be a bit higher.
Alright.
Up. Okay. So everything is kind of candid, off the cuff.
Yeah,
this is the first time we're doing this setup. So bear with us. But yeah, we'll be talking about the stuff we reviewed this past month. Because there's been a lot of stuff.
Alright, so but before anything else...
Ang video na to ay handog ni cdkoffers.com. Marami kang mahahanap na iba't ibang uri ng software dito. May games, apps, activation codes for Windows 10. Check out our video on CDK Offers in the video description. Mabilis, mura, and syempre legit dito. Madali lang mag-order, search for the software you need, add to cart, check out, daan ka sa payment options nila, wala pa isang minuto, finished. May legit working CD key ka na sa software na pinili mo. Gamitin ang aming promo code para makakuha pa ng extra 20% discount sa purchase mo. Kung naghahanap ka ng mura, legit, and original software, check out cdkoffers.com.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright.
Ayun, so we're gonna reschedule with Sir Art, but in the meantime, for today, we're gonna talk about the stuff we reviewed. And to start us off is the Sharkoon SGS40. That's you.
Okay.
Oh, see, even your internet here is dipping eh. Like it becomes red on the indicator and then green. Show the clip.
Show the clip?
Yeah. The FTS, you gotta...
okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I keep telling people that when Hardware Sugar gets a budget, we're gonna get like a actual streamer guy, then he's gonna set it up for us because we're very...
Parang mas maganda if we're talking na lang like this to the microphone. Kasi we have to look at the camera also, diba?
Yeah.
Alright. So, okay, so here's a look back on the Sharkoon. So right now we have the Sharkoon back in the house right now. We're hoping to send it over to the shop. Talagang I've been trying to use the Sharkoon as a second office chair. Kasi sometimes I don't want to be in front of my PC, so I go to a different room to write. Pero nahirapan talaga ako even for writing kasi if you watch our video, the armrest talaga is really too wide. Talagang, so I'm like this na. I can only use one armrest. It's really uncomfortable. In fact, Sharkoon Germany, which is the headquarters of Sharkoon, actually commented on our review video.
What they say? I mean, aside from hello, what else did they say?
What?
No, they
si
commented,
Sharkoon?
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they
sabi ni
commented na
Sharkoon.
hello. And then after that, someone else commented, are you going, asking Sharkoon on our channel if they were going to release videos, if they were going to release a chair na was less wide.
Okay.
And then sabi ni Sharkoon Germany, yes, it's in the works right now that we're going to release
It is a big boy
miniature version of it in the future.
There's a kiddie version of the Sharkoon, I think. A customer was asking us. I mean, we don't carry it, but I've seen it's meant for kids, but that might be perfect for. Yeah, because the Sharkoon SGS40 is a big boy.
Yeah, but no one's going to buy a chair that's labeled as for kids or the kiddie version, even if it does fit you. Yeah, but it's marketing wise, it sucks.
Well, I'm using the currently Raphael's Aeron, and then he's in his old chair that he still really likes. Yeah. I did use the Sharkoon when I shot here one video. I think it was the Redux video. I actually found the Sharkoon to be not bad, very comfortable. Although again, I'm not as picky as Raphael. I'm not very particular with my chairs. So, yeah, for me, who's more of like an average user that doesn't really, mind so much the lumbar, as long as it's comfortable and things like that, I thought it was very acceptable. And I do like the styling that is very minimal compared to some of the other Razer gaming chairs out there.
But Sharkoon really predominantly sells yung race car chairs ta. Actually, to be honest, someone pointed out in sa comment section ng video na it's very similar to the Secret Labs chair. And then I
like Secret Labs.
And so
I've never owned one, but
I've never owned one either. And so I looked at the armrest support, and then mukhang parehas nga. like it really. I think yun spot on si Linus Tech Tips when he said that there's one single factory that's producing all these gaming chairs. Gamers Nexus. Yeah. But talagang if you look at the armrest, the armrests, they're almost identically the same to that of the what do you call that? Secret Labs chair. You just compare it. Yun nga, the problem lang with I had is talagang super wide yung si Sharkoon
Actually, for me, I agree. The arms, they look like the T-Rex arms. They're useless like appendages because they're so thin and fragile. I don't like that about the Sharkoon. And although comfortable naman Sharkoon but in general, the way the gaming chairs look like, the armrests seem very anemic to me. My office chair before had like this whole loop thing for an armrest. That's what I like, but it wasn't a gaming thing. And you don't need to get a gaming chair actually. I mean, if some other office chairs are a lot more comfortable. Leah Magnaya says the problem with Sharkoon is that it destroys electric fans. I think that's my problem. That's not Sharkoon's problem.
No fans were injured. Actually, that electric fan was thrown away already because the grill broke.
Talaga?
The grill broke.
That wasn't my fault. That wasn't me. ITX Addict says he eats kiddie meals all the time. Me too, actually. Because sometimes the adult-sized meals are just super filling and it's just too much for me. You gotta keep the weight off.
I haven't ordered yet the BTS meal.
Me too.
I'm running out of time now to order the BTS meal.
We have a supplier. If you buy 50,000 pesos worth, you get a free BTS meal. I was gonna post it on the Facebook.
Yeah, you should post that. 50,000 pesos worth. See, ano yung sinusupply niya?
This was a UPS supplier. But I don't know if it was internal so di ko na lang pinost.
Sige, wag na lang.
Like one of those surprise things. All right.
Next, our next item on the list is the Noctua.
The NH-U12S Redux. What's there to say? I mean, it's Noctua. I was super happy reviewing it. Super happy also that Noctua is super accommodating. So professional, Noctua. I really can't get over how easy it is to deal with them. We emailed them asking, hey, can you send us a part? They're like, yeah, we understand your market. Why don't you... This is the first CPU cooler in the Redux line. All of the Redux items come in gray. So you'll notice the CPU cooler is also in gray. Had super fun testing it because, it's just so good, even for the Redux line. So, if you're looking for less pricier Noctua, because Noctua can be a bit pricey, which is a sticking point for our consumers here in the Philippines, are very price sensitive, then the U12S Redux is a super... you can't go wrong basically with the U12S Redux, especially if you're the type that doesn't need RGB, doesn't need like a fancy looking cooler. You just want to slap it on in there. You just want to be assured that you're getting quality performance. Then the Redux will work fine. They did do some engineering changes and they left out some stuff from the regular U12S, but it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. For the price point, it's super nice. The problem is we don't carry it yet because we're still waiting for our supplier to carry it here in the Philippines. And just like the last note to Noctua, they're actually sending us another item that's supposed to arrive today. So hopefully I can get it and I'll post it on Facebook. I'm super excited to review that also. It's their latest product.
Wala bang Chromax version?
There's a Chromax Black for the U12S. So yeah, that does come in black. Although it's more expensive because it's not the Redux line. Because they had to... Actually, they removed one heat pipe and they rejiggered the soldering. They don't solder it anymore if it's the Redux, this Redux version. So they did do a lot of things to get the price down for the Redux, which they didn't do with the Chromax, with the regular line that they have. Sup, Hans, Fausto, you still need those RAMs. It's Rafael's bed, so I don't know. I guess he's comfy. He's always oversleeping.
Why? What's wrong with it?
No, he says that the bed looks comfy.
Oh, yeah. This bed is like going 14 years na.
Yeah, but you changed the mattress, right?
No, the mattress is around 14 years old na. In fact, what do you call it? On the left side, it's already dipping. So it's talagang like if you put your elbow, your weight down, talagang you're gonna fall in. But then like I'm trying to extend the life talaga. So like I flipped it over para bago yung side.
Yeah. Oh,
diba?
talaga. Oh. Yeah, you're supposed to flip. They're like cars. You're supposed to rotate the wheels.
Yeah,
flip them.
Pero si Eurotex talaga. Lakas ni Eurotex. Wait, where you... actually, interesting story sa Eurotex. Apparently, they came from nothing. Like, the origin of Eurotex.
Then they just started a foam,
Yeah, they originally started out with linen. Tapos, they moved away from linen to making beds. And then they had one major supplier na hotel. And then after that hotel guy just kept getting their beds. Tapos to the point that they got so big, they got a factory. And then, nasunog yung factory. So they started again from nothing.
Scratch.
Yeah. So talaga Eurotex, hats off to them. Talagang Philippine entrepreneur na
good quality.
quality.
Yeah, we always use Eurotex. Mandawi foam also is pretty good.
Yeah, go Cebuanos.
Yeah.
The
bed does not have RGB. Although we did experiment with lights underneath. Not for our house. In our previous business, we had apartment rentals and we put T5 lights underneath. It has a nice glowy effect actually. Look quite good. I was a fan.
Yeah, inexpensive pa, just as long as you have a good
People are telling you to put RGB on your bed.
Actually, teka lang
Yeah, ITX Addict, kind of like what the T5 is kind of like what we did, but instead of using LED strips underneath, we used the T5 lights.
I was planning to get yung Philips Hue strips.
Yeah.
Then I was like, it's like, what, 3,000 pesos for like a meter or something like that. So I was like, ito, 200 pesos lang tong RGB LED strip. So, I bought it because it's 200 bucks here. I just wanted to see. And then I realized pala why it's 200 pesos. So actually, it's quite interesting.
Is that the one where...
This is from Shopee. And you plug it in and then there's a remote control.
Yeah.
And then you can select the colors. However, quite literally, if there are, each color is literally just red. So if you have like 10 lights here, if you have 10 lights here, 3 of them are always red and 3 of them are always blue and so forth. So
it's RGB.
Yeah, RGB. So literally, if you want to turn off the red lights, talagang walang ilaw. Hindi siya mako-convert unlike the hue.
Okay.
These colors are static.
Yeah,
they're static. So I was like, kaya pala mura. Literally. So, but it's galing yung the way they sell it. RGB lights. Kasi quite literally, totoo talagang red, green, blue.
Yeah.
If you don't want the blue, sasarado yung mga blue. Pero wala nang ilaw. So it's sort of like Christmas decorations.
At JV says there's a programmable version of that. I
yeah?
the noise. What? Okay. That's what's problem if you're streaming from... Oh, is that the Noctua? Was that a package? No. Oh. Man. Oh, is that the dog? No. Ah, okay. Alright, moving on to the next product. Thank you everyone for...
What?
the background.
What?
Thank you everyone for joining us during lunchtime. Please forgive. It's fine. Yeah, just, it's really super hard to stream. A lot of you look at the streamers, they make it look easy, but I don't know, something always but just rolling with it. We're just rolling with the punches.
Oh, I see secret recipe.
Yeah, so we actually filmed this here at the house. This is like the combo, the Tough Gaming B560 M Plus Wi-Fi motherboard. This was a sponsored video from ASUS, so we did get compensation for it. But to be honest, I had an interesting time. I had a fun time trying out this combo. The CPU kasi is 10th gen, so it's the i5-10400. It's not the latest 11th gen. But it still did do quite well in the motherboard. And as I mentioned in the review, there are some reasons why you would want to upgrade the motherboard first, so you do get practical speed benefits, and then later on to the 11th gen. Not so much for our more enthusiast level consumers. A lot of the people in chat that I'm recognizing, are kind of performance guys. So they wouldn't be looking at like, a 10th gen and not even an M80X Mobo probably. So more for the consumer level customers. Ren is watching us and she says we should really come up with a generic layout for a surprise stream.
That's
we
true.
never
Thanks, Ren.
You never know talaga what's happening. I'm sorry I made you work, Ren. Ren is our graphics editor as well as one of our video editors. And then for the Manila Bulletin interview, I actually had to ask her to work a bit late last night. But no, we're definitely gonna use your layout. We just need to find a good time for Sir Art. BJ David, why is the AS500 Plus not on the site? Because I think somebody bought it. I know we talked about it last stream, and I'm like, we have one left in the shop, and I'm going to put it online. But parang somebody bought it ata, but I'll double check. But we're definitely getting more. I'm going to resupply this week.
Okay. What else we got? Wait, any questions there about the internet? Or that was it? What's up, internet?
No, wala naman. iCruise actually says he's a fan of the Tough Gaming Mobos. Yeah, the ones I've tried have good features, especially the Z. I think I was able to try a Z590 Mobo from them. You don't need an M.2 screw anymore. It's just an M.2 latch, which sounds like a simple thing, but it's super useful because it's so easy to lose those darn screws. Parang tagilid. No, because your roof is slanting.
No, it's the camera.
It's a camera talaga. Okay.
Right. Actually, we can improve the camera.
Yeah, but no worries, BJ David. We're getting more. I think somebody bought it. Kaya parang nawala siya kaagad. Did somebody buy the AS500 Plus? I was out yesterday. Did you notice?
Did? What someone bought was...
I'll take a look, BJ.
A processor was bought.
No, that one was Saturday. Yeah, na-chat ko pa siya. Okay, next.
Alright, next.
Product.
See, longer is better.
Yeah. This is our latest review video. And I do want to say for the people who commented, that is not booger on the video. Although there is white stuff hanging from my nose. That is actually my long white vibrissae. Or that's the fancy term for nose hair. But yes, I should groom myself better before shooting a video. There were some people who were concerned actually, and I was kind of touched now. We should, I want to get in touch with him because, he posted a video with like booger hanging out. It's not booger, and I did see it when I sent the videos. Jeez, and then when...
Who says the word booger?
Well, they used the Tagalog kulangot. I don't know, booger sounds classier. No. But, I know it's nose hair because if the camera were better, I do have... they're still there, the white stuff. I just cut them, the white hairs. But onto the actual product, these are the refreshed AOI versions from DeepCool, the Castle 240X and 380X. ITX Addict says a makeup artist. No budget. No budget for that. Actually, my wife keeps telling me na you should at least comb your hair before you go shoot or stream, and it's true. I've shot videos like I really don't care too much. I'm not vain, so like I forget to comb my hair and things like that. These
In general, I recommend the DeepCool AIOs, and that's not just because they send us a bunch of stuff all the time. I like them. We have sold them actually even before DeepCool started sending us stuff. We've sold a lot of the DeepCool coolers in the shop, primarily the L240 RGB version and now the ARGB refreshed version. So we've actually like our own staff have asked us, can you buy like the Castle 240X in white, not the refreshed version, the RGB version. So we have been selling the DeepCool coolers even before, and in general, they've never leaked. So that's one thing. Super nightmare if an AIO leaks. The DeepCool coolers have never leaked, and usually they're very good performance for their price. So good performance at the price. So those two characteristics I found to be true also of the Castle line. One interesting thing lang I noted in the review was that hindi niya nakayanan, speaking of the 240X, hindi niya nakayanan yung extreme overclock namin of 4.4. I was a little disappointed with that because we've had other coolers, both AIO and air coolers that were able to do it. Pero to be fair, medyo premium yung umabot dun sa promised land of 4.4 gigahertz overclocking. The 360 was able to do it. And there's a wide disparity between the performance of the 360 and the 240. Like, in some instances, like 10 degrees. I've read the comments on the YouTube, on the review video saying that that's really weird because usually the difference is only a couple of degrees between the 240 version and the 360. This is the first time we've had both models, except the larger one and the smaller one, go head-to-head. So I really can't compare. But I was really surprised. Ang layo ng disparity between the 360mm rad and the 240mm rad. I'll have to research some more, but we call them like we see them. Those are the results that we got even after multiple times of running the test. So that's what we reported. And that's, in that sense, the 360 is great performance. It was able to go up to the extreme overclock of 4.4 at a stable overclock. And we were seeing like 10-degree differences between the 240 and the 360.
Well, my experience with the DeepCool naman is, I remember last year, no, customer claimed na defective daw yung DeepCool AIO. All the problems we experienced with DeepCool AIOs from customers was improper installation.
Yeah.
So
that we did not install that for the record. Yeah. They bought it and they installed it themselves.
Like they would send us pictures of ito yung mga items, kulang kulang itong piece. And then like, ay sir, teka lang, nahanap ko na, hihi. After, like stressing us out for like 2 days na nahanap na nila. But I don't know, parang AIOs in general could be tricky to install, especially depending on your case. Like if your case just isn't, like it's tight or, it won't permit certain angles. Because like this one, it can be installed either on top or on the lower depending on the case, diba?
Depends on the case.
Depends on the case.
Yeah.
So people can get kind of confused about it. But AIOs are inexpensive. I mean the DeepCool one is inexpensive and pretty good. And then you can control the RGB lighting pretty well. So actually,
super easy because it's compatible with MSI Mystic Light, Asus Aura Sync, Gigabyte Fusion. So all of the major mobile manufacturers compatible with DeepCool.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Hans Fausto for becoming a super sub.
Oy, Hans, thanks.
You didn't need to, man.
Well, I will
You support the shop already by buying from us.
We have to We have to re-record our voices for the next videos. Thanking Hans Fausto.
Yeah. So Liam Magnaya, GPU prices in Manila going down. We've seen that on the AMD end. Still waiting for the Nvidia prices to go down. ITX Addict. Both ITX Addict and BJ David actually mentioned they're not surprised, or am I putting words in your mouth na, because it's a 360mm rad, there's a larger surface area, so more heat will dissipate. And actually, me also, I wasn't like, I was surprised like ang layo, but I wasn't, like 10 degrees sounds reasonable considering that, there is a 1/3 increase in the surface area of a rad. But there were some comments on the YouTube video for this review were like, that seems wrong because it's such a wide jump from the 240mm rad. But I completely agree that we should expect the 360mm AIO to perform better precisely because there's more surface area for the heat to radiate from and to be whisked out from.
Sorry, and
Yeah.
someone asked if we will be selling the SGS 40. See, and I can't read from Imu Papi. Anyway, no, we won't be selling gaming chairs because we're having a hard time, keeping track of even just the hardware. And then gaming chairs, they're so bulky, they're so big. Our store is very small. So
No, is he asking about the review unit?
he said na
Will we
Hi,
carry
will
it?
you sell Sharkoon SGS 40 gaming chair? So in general, no, we won't carry any gaming chair. So it's not like we don't like Sharkoon or anything.
But you can custom order. Just do the custom order and we can get that actually for you. Yeah, but we don't usually carry gaming chairs.
Yeah,
in
we have a
general.
supplier who supplies us other things, and they also supply the Sharkoon chair.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we can get that for you.
Alrighty. Moving on. Next question is
Hans asks unrecommended cases for the Castle AIOs. They'll fit in a lot of the cases. As long as your case can fit a standard 240mm rad or a 360mm rad, that's fine. You can go with all DeepCool. The DeepCool Matrix 55 mesh add RGB, or they comes with RGB fans. So tamang-tama with these guys that also come with the fans. That's also a good case. We commonly stock that. Cooler Master also has roomy cases. You can go with the more expensive ones like the Lian Li or the Fractal Design. Although yun nga, as long as your case will fit a standard 240mm or 360mm, you have a lot of options. There are just some Corsair ones like the IQ 220T, which we've had trouble. It claims on the site that you can fit a 240mm rad on top, but we've just in practice that's really not the case. So Corsair case is a little iffy, but yeah, DeepCool cases, Cooler Master cases, the usual suspects. NZXT, we can fit that in after a little hack. But yeah, that works. Hardware noodles. Sorry. Another review that I did, also a DeepCool product, the AS500 Plus. Just in brief, I super love this cooler. I would use it, or I would seriously consider it for my own build if I were, if I were gonna set up my own rig now. It's slim. No offense to Noctua, I love Noctua. No offense to Be Quiet. I'm also very impressed with Be Quiet. But the AS500 Plus is the slimmer, cheaper version of the big boy cooler. So we're talking about NHD 15. The Be Quiet Dark Rock Pro 4. If you want a slimmer, cheaper version, but at the same performance level, if not better, then seriously consider the DeepCool AS500 Plus. Super impressed because yun nga, it's slimmer, and that's important because you don't need to worry about the RAM. The problem with the big boy coolers is that it overhangs on the MOBO, and this is the MOBO, this is the RAM. So usually sometimes the RAM will hit the front fan. So sometimes we have to reposition the fan or take it out at all, depending on the case. So, and if you have RGB RAM, even if you manage to fit the RAM in there, you won't get to see the RGB anymore because it's being blocked by the fan of the cooler. No problem at all with this guy because it's so thin that the RAM can be seen, no problem. We even tried it on an M80X MOBO, which is smaller than the standard ATX MOBO, and even then, it didn't overhang the RAM slots. So, it's one of their new fans. It just came out this year. And actually, I don't know if I mentioned it like once already. I don't know if I'm supposed to say so, but it's also coming out in white. The official announcement will come soon, but it's also coming out in white. And we do have a special promo with DeepCool for the white AS500 Plus, which we'll talk about some other time. But yeah, super good cooler. I even like the aesthetic. I love the radial things on the fans. I love the simple RGB. It looks good. So definitely something that I would consider even for my own rig.
Si Kim ba? Kim is asking about
Kim
the
Taeyon.
Kim Taeyon, Kuya, about Windows 11. Windows 11 na ba PC na? No.
No.
Hindi pa. But actually, if you check your Windows right now, you might have been selected by Windows for a free early upgrade.
Or you can just download
No, you don't need to
the beta
download. You don't
version.
download the fake one. You're talking about the beta?
If you're not if you haven't been chosen.
Yeah, you can download the beta version on the Windows site.
It's kind of pirate. It's not through Microsoft. But
No, I'm talking about legit. I'm talking about legit. Yeah, if you check your Windows, it's a randomized. Some serial numbers have been given early access to Windows 11. personally, I wouldn't recommend it yet because you want to let the masses
Yeah.
get Windows 11 first. Because if something goes
No,
wrong,
man.
you're stuck. You're stuck. So you might want to wait muna for everyone else to jump in and then complain about the problems. I mean,
And anyway, some of the features, like supposedly Microsoft is saying that over 1,000 games, it will auto sample to HDR, so the video resolution will be better, and you, the user, don't need to do anything. Developers don't need to do anything. But I don't think that's enabled yet in the beta. That's only coming out Christmas time in the official release. So, to be honest, I don't see any reason. You know, if everybody's like, "Oh God, Windows 11," and I wanna jump to Windows 11, but there are a lot of reasons why you shouldn't get it yet. Some of the features aren't there yet. You might run into TPM problems, which you need specific hardware to run Win 11 that not everybody has, especially if you're running a custom PC setup like what most of our customers do. So there's really not a lot of things yet to do. Like I wouldn't jump into Win 11 yet personally. What's this? I did see Casey Bolios ask if we had lunch na. No, not yet. We're gonna have lunch after.
Okay, next question is okay, so this is my guy. So we reviewed the ROG Falcon, which was a wireless gaming keyboard with a touch panel. Overall, I really wanted it. Like when I got it, when I unboxed it, I was like, talagang like I want this, even though there was no rational reason as to why to get it. Because I rock a Corsair K70 keyboard, so parang. But then I think the reason why I really wanted it was because it was wireless RGB and it was nice to type on. But
Pakita mo na.
Pero
Reveal.
si Asus
So after the Falcon,
sent us over the ROG
what do they call that?
Claymore 2,
monitor.
which is a wireless keyboard.
Yeah,
Which has a wireless
detachable
keyboard with a detachable numpad. And then you can put it either on the left or the right side. And it's RGB also. I don't know why RGB isn't turning on. But anyway. So it's actually pretty cool. You can put it either here or here. And,
the numpad you can shift to the left also.
Yeah, you can shift it to the left.
Galing.
Let me
This is actually the first time I'm seeing this keyboard. But I used it kanina. It is very nice.
The keys are nice.
I like the tactile. It kind of bumps up on you a little when you're typing. It's good. Yeah, I like it.
Hold on a second. Here we go. Okay, so if you want to move the numpad to the left, you remove the
there's like a
magnetized
fastener.
side.
Oh, okay.
And then you clip out. And then you slide naman dito sa taas. Pucha. Yeah. So now, the problem is you need to remove the fastener also on the other side.
Makes sense.
Oy.
Yep.
Sorry, Asus.
Thanks, Asus.
Alright, thanks, Asus. And then you slide it in. I don't know who would want to have a numpad.
Left-handed people.
Okay. Left-handed people. So there.
Shout out to Marvin.
So there we go. That's actually pretty cool. But it's actually not just the numpad. It also has the volume scroll wheel.
Oh yeah, super important.
Yeah, volume scroll wheel is here, and it's made of metal. But anyway, talking about the Falcon. So the reason as to why I really, really like the Falcon was because it was wireless, and it was really something that I missed. Because ever since I moved to RGB, which was, what do you call that? I was using the Black Widow. Wala. It had to be... At the time, tech just didn't accept having an RGB keyboard now wireless because the battery, they didn't have a battery that could support it yet. But now,
and that's the worst. You're in the middle of a game, tas mamamatay yung keyboard mo kasi.
I mean, like right now, I'm rocking a wireless mouse. Yung mouse pwede pa, pero
that's
yung
also
keyboard, there's just too many lights kasi also for it to function. But the Falcon had great battery life, and I liked that it was very portable. And then even with the, I've been using the Claymore 2, yun nga, this keyboard nga for like 2 days na, and grabe yung battery life niya. It came to us shipped at 100% battery, and I didn't touch it for 3 days. So when I finally installed it, I expected a battery drain. Wala, 100% siya. And then after that, I was playing StarCraft with it for like maybe a total of 10 hours, as well as doing some office stuff. And the battery drain was down to like 94%, 93% after 2 days of use. Galing is si Claymore 2. Very impressed with it. Wireless is the way to go talaga. I don't like clutter. But the problem is, medyo mahal si Claymore 2. Si Claymore 2 is like 12,500 pesos. So I'm like, oh my god. And then
That's the SRP?
That's
around
it.
there? Or that's Lazada
no,
prices?
that's Lazada pricing.
Lazada prices.
And then si ROG Falcon naman, he's at like 7,500 or 8,000 because Falcon is like a miniature keyboard. So I realized now after playing with the Claymore 2, I could live without the Falcon. Now I want the Claymore 2 because I like bigger keyboards eh.
No,
and
I
then
like
the
the feel.
feels.
Yeah, I like the feel more of the Claymore.
Yeah, the Claymore 2, actually, they're both red. Red switches silang dalawa. But I think the Claymore 2 is the one Asus decided to develop their own switches. They're no longer using
this is
cherry.
custom,
This is customized Asus already. Customized red switches. And they're really nice to type on. And I could get used to it even though I'm a blue switch user talaga.
Yeah.
So, moving on. To a 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro, which we have here right now. I know it's not a PC device, but wala eh. The M1 chip for portability, you can't beat it. Essentially, I'm rocking a processor with the 12.9 M1 iPad Pro, which is the same processing power as what the MacBook Pro and the latest Power Mac uses. So yung desktop equivalent ng Apple is essentially what I'm carrying around on my iPad. So, that was something that was really intriguing for me. And then so I decided to make a video about, because I haven't owned an iPad since 2011. So, feeling ko maraming changes na. So, I did a video on impressions coming from an Android and Windows user. So, talagang, if you're an anti-Apple person, I made this for you. And I'm also anti-Apple. I'm anti-Apple to the extent na I haven't bought an iPhone recently in the past 4 or 5 years. And then, yung problema niyan sa Apple is restrictive siya. So, it's my impressions coming from an Android and Windows user. And, you could really see that with the iPad, at least, actually in any iPad now with the OS, you can do stuff like plug in a hard drive na. I'm like, wow. Diba? I mean, I know medyo tatawa ka dyan pwede na mag-hard drive. But yeah, malaking bagay yan. So you can actually watch videos from your hard drive. So actually, you can actually get the lower What?
Laughing at the chat.
Chat? Why? Why you betray? No, I haven't betrayed Android. In fact, it works well nga. I use my S21 Ultra. I'm not gonna get an iPhone. Precisely because nahirapan talaga ako sa iPhone. Not because, it's the difficulty of iPhone is it doesn't play well with others. He's like
That's the whole.
That's the whole point of Apple
in general.
Now I'm gonna make it hard for you to use this device in a different OS. Like for instance, you plug in your iPhone or your iPad into the PC, and you wanna extract your photos.
Like simple things like that. That it's
you can't extract your photos from album names. So walang pangalan yung album names mo. So let's say I wanna extract all the photos in album name. Let's say Fujifilm. The Fujifilm folder doesn't appear. Instead, what appears are the dates. So if you took a photo on June 2, all the photos in June 2 are there. So it's impossible. In order to extract the photos you want from Windows Explorer, you need to extract all of them and go through them manually. And it's only extract. You can't put photos from Windows Explorer into your iPhone or iPad. You can only take out. And yun nga, it's not even sorted. Talagang it's purposely making it difficult. As opposed to yung Android phone ko. If I just want to get something from an album name, I just make an album name and then I extract everything from the album name. So
now Windows, folder, you drag it, right?
So the point of my video about the iPad is you can actually be happy and live a good life if you have a Windows PC with an Android phone and a Apple iPad second device. Pwede na. It's doable na. It's workable. Why? Any highlights to the chat?
No, after you, I'll just go through the chat.
Okay. So, I'm really happy with the 12.9 M1 iPad Pro. I do all my script writing there. Because sometimes it's really distracting to be in front of the PC and then you can do so many things and there's so many other things bothering you.
True, yeah.
Like your
when you have multiple monitors, you're
your Viber, WhatsApp, or even if it's not buzzing, you feel the urge to reach out and do something. So that's why when I got the iPad, didn't install Instagram, I didn't install Facebook, I didn't install a lot of things. That way talaga I can just focus. And then I guess you can also do the same thing with a Windows laptop. Yung problema lang sa Windows laptop is it's just pure work. Parang you can't do stuff like edit pictures with what do I use? With Lightroom. I think Lightroom is really an awesome app. And then like I can edit photos I can take a photo from my S21, send it to the iPad, edit it there, send back to the S21 and post it. So actually it's pretty awesome. It's a really good team effort now. Pero if I was going to be strict na who's holding back the team effort, it's still Apple pa rin. Kaso, no one has a processor like the M1 right now on the market. And yun nga, it's still an iPad. So if I want to have fun, like watch a video on it, sobrang dali lang yung iOS in order to get to where you want. Yung Windows talaga, there's just too many pressing for that kind of entertainment kind of thing. So yeah, I highly recommend an iPad. Doesn't need to be the M1. I would recommend, like, if you want to get an iPad now, get the 2020 iPad Pro. It's just as good because right now,
but that's not the M1.
It's not the M1. The M1 is the 2021 iPad.
Okay.
The 2020 iPad Pro is not the M1, but it's pretty fast. In fact, everything that the M1 can do, the 2020 iPad can actually pretty much do also. It just takes slower by 10 seconds to render a video or a couple of minutes. But I bought the M1 because I wanted to future-proof. So yun ang PC guy in me na, if I'm gonna stick with it. Kasi when I bought my 2011 iPad, man, I stuck with it for 5 years. And same with my PC. Yung 2080 Ti ko dito. What is it? I bought it 3 years ago, 4 years ago na.
Really? That long na ba?
That long ago na. He always judged me kasi for always buying the new toy. But the PC is going old. It's going 3 to 4 years na. And I think kaya pa siya for another 3 to 4 years. Alright. So moving on. Time to join team RX 6800XT.
I just want to go through the chat. iCruise from YouTube says na, you see, that's a problem. I can't see the FB chat. This is a YouTube chat. Although we can see it naman here. It's all YouTube naman.
Oh.
Okay. iCruise says na, so happy for you guys. You both so look excited for all this stuff. To be honest, we really are excited. And that's what I don't want to, you see some, we are lucky to be in this position where brands send us stuff, ask us to review things, and want us to check out stuff. And yeah, we are tech guys, and we have a good time when they send over stuff. And I don't wanna, I don't wanna become this kind of jaded, like, oh god, another cooler, oh god, another motherboard. We genuinely are, fans of PC stuff. That's why we put up the shop, and that passion, that enthusiasm continues in the YouTube channel. We're super excited when we get different stuff. It's also good for the shop because it allows us to try so many different things. So when we actually recommend a product, we can honestly say now, we tried this brand, this variant, this model, but we can really say that for this purpose, for this rig, for this build, ito talaga yung pinaka-okay. So it works out on a lot of levels. It's the fanboy in me, loves getting new stuff. I love trying it out. I'm cheap. I probably wouldn't buy a lot of this stuff. For example, the 6800 XT because I have no money. But, at least we get to try it out even though if we don't have the budget to be buying all of these things. On an experiential level, on an experience level for the shop, that's also good because, we can try out a bunch of stuff and that translates to a better customer experience because we can honestly tell you na, we've tried other stuff. This one's really good for your setup. Parang ganyan. So, there's also another comment that natawa ko from Casey. The MacBook of my wife is not an M1. She got the latest one right before the M1 came out. But she's not a tech user, so she just needed it for work. So
MacBook Air ba yan? Or MacBook?
No, Pro, I think Pro.
Ay, sayang.
So I was like, but the M1's coming out soon. And she's like, I don't know what that is. I don't really care. I don't need it. My office is gonna pay for it. And so, I don't care. Like, my wife's the one who's going to use that because I don't touch Apple stuff except for an iPad, which I also stole from my wife. So, that one is not an M1, that particular laptop. Sage's library, when you buy Apple buys you. No truer words have been said. Indeed. All right, I'm going to just very briefly about the 6800 XT. Very good card. It's its counterpart on the Nvidia side is the 3080, which Asus also sent us the TUF 3080 for review. I also had a good time reviewing that card. I had that card longer, the TUF 3080s. I was actually kind of sad to see it go. It was really grabe ang ganda. Even on my very old computer, i5 4690K, that the 3080 just siya na nagdadala eh. Siya na nagdadala lahat ng mga AAA games that I was playing when I had that. For the 6800 XT, it's a very solid card. And it really comes down to, do you have a preference for Nvidia? Because Nvidia has the DLSS. AMD now has their Fidelity. I think they call it Fidelity FX. I'm trying to remember what they call it. But yun nga, it depends on what games support that. One issue I had with the 6800 XT was that, are the drivers good? Because the drivers of the 5000 AMD series were a mess. But the drivers here were rock solid. No problem with that. And so really, what I think about it is what I said in the review. It comes down to, in the time of GPU Armageddon, can you find it at the right price? If you can find it cheaper than 3080, I definitely get this one. If around the same price, then dun ka maglalaro. Do you prefer the Nvidia features or the AMD features? So stuff like that. I do break that down in the review. But a very solid card from AMD. And if you can find it at a good price, I would consider it for your build.
Here's an interesting fact about AMD though. If you're buying a new Samsung phone in the next 6 months, you should wait out kasi... Oh. Hold on a second. What happened?
The camera died. I don't know.
No.
Oh,
Hello? Wait.
Yeah.
It's working. Oh, sorry. We had a I don't know what I don't know what the hell happened.
Nawala yung OBS eh.
Nawala yung screen sa monitor. Anyway, if you're gonna buy a Samsung phone in the next 6 months, wala yung screen sa monitor.
Stream.
Okay. But if you're gonna buy a Samsung phone in the next 6 months, AMD is actually partnering up with Samsung to make a processor that's supposed to have a beast graphics card for your cell phone. So if you're into mobile gaming, wait for the Samsung Team Effort AMD processor, which is supposed to come out. And actually right now, Samsung kind of sucks because their processor right now, which is the Exynos chip, Samsung has 2 chips. They have a homegrown, like from their own company. It's called the Exynos chip, which overheats a lot. And then the other one is the Snapdragon chip. And then the Snapdragon chip you can only get from the States or in, I think, in select countries. The rest of us, we get the Exynos chip. However, surprisingly, you can get a Snapdragon cell phone from Samsung in Ayalabang Town Center. Like there's a booth.
Sold as Snapdragon.
There's a I don't know how he got it. But there's a booth that's selling.
There's a guy there.
Selling Snapdragon cell phones, the S21 Ultra. So if ever you guys wanna buy that one, I would recommend you get that one rather than the Exynos chip, which that's what you'll get from Globe.
Okay. Sorry, I just go to the Facebook chat briefly. We were neglecting it. Kenneth, how much is the Castle 240X ARGB? I don't know, to be honest. Di ko na. I haven't looked at it recently. I mean, I looked at it when I reviewed it. I think it's around 4 or 5. Usually mga 3 kasi CL240 eh. So I can't quite recall how much the Castle 240X ARGB is. But if you stack it up, like, you know, the other brands are X amount, DeepCool is usually quite affordable. I saw one comment on the video where it compared it to the Cooler Master Liquid ML something ML240, I think, from CM. I think the CM was around 5,000. I think the DeepCool was around 3,500 or something. Darwin, what are the specs of my PC? i5 4690K. Currently, I'm borrowing a card from the shops where I'm using a 2080 Super and 16 gigabytes of RAM. So super, super old.
What do you call it? To Darian Gonzaga, what is your suggested monitor size for multitasking?
Multiple.
Multitasking. Multiple. Your answer is multiple.
Yeah, it doesn't really so much. Like, you know, you can have 27. My primary is a 27. Rafael's is also 32 ba to?
No, that's 30.
No, this is a 32.
This
the primary.
is 32 ba to or 34?
No, I think that's a 32.
All right, this
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I have a 32
Yeah, parang
inch
32 to,
and
as
I
a
have
primary.
as a primary, and I have a 36 inch the secondary, which you should never do. Your biggest monitor should always be your primary. It's just that yung refresh rate ng 32 ko is higher. But anyway, to answer your question,
Yeah, for multitasking.
multitasking, there are two kinds of people. The one person is the one who gets the super ultra wide. So like you get like the 42 inch the Samsung, like they sell
And have
those
everything
things.
there.
You have everything there. The second type of person is to get multiple monitors of like 27 inch.
24, 22,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if you ask us, I think we're better. I think people in general are better off with multiple monitors rather than one wide one. Because if you have just one ultra wide, you're gonna spend a lot of time, reorienting. What do you call that? The sizes
Yeah,
of each program. But then it's better to just make it maximum size na lang in one entire window. So that's what we do when we multitask. However, and actually the good thing about monitors now is you can get a very cheap monitor.
Yeah, you don't need
for
a multiple monitor setup.
multiple monitor setup. Yeah, just get
Get a cheapo.
in fact, every time I upgrade, all my old monitors become they just
Part
sort
of
of
the-
they just become
Yeah.
part. They never get retired.
Yeah,
they just
yeah.
get a different job.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about having buying a new monitor, because your old one still gets to live. So if you're asking what's the best monitor or multiple monitor setup, why don't you get a ultra wide and then continue to use your current monitor para doblehan.
So I wanted to say something about monitors. That's actually one of the benefits of Windows 11, because we were talking about it earlier.
Flipping.
Yeah, Win 11 is supposed to have these features na if you plug in a big monitor, it'll remember your settings from your smaller screen, or even the snap. When you snap windows, it's supposed to intelligently decide like, oh, you have DaVinci, OBS, and Photoshop open. It's supposed to intelligently decide like what sizes those things are, so you don't need to manually set them. So that's one advantage of Windows 11. Although I think for power users, they can be quite kind of OC about that. I can imagine people like, no, I still want to do it, and like this has to be like here and stuff like that. I have 3 monitors for my setup. I really recommend multiple monitors. They super great for the workload, regardless of what you do, whether you're work from home or you just use it occasionally to do accounting or whatever. Multiple monitor setup, so useful.
Actually, there are a lot of professionals out there who say they're professionals, like yung mga lawyers and accountants and stuff like that. But then parang I feel that
I don't know how they do work on their one monitor setup.
Parang sometimes the excuse that I get from my friends who are lawyers and accountants is they want to save money daw. Pero actually you're making more money because your time isn't wasted doing stuff like resizing or going back and forth. Like, sobrang hirap to watch someone minimize his screen so he can copy and paste something from a different screen, from the same browser because he can't see it. It's really sad, if you're not multitasking yet, then you're wasting time in life where you could be using it for something else. So it's not us tech YouTubers or gamers who benefit from having multiple screens. Good gracious, like I would be fine. I'd find it super helpful to have whatever you're researching on one window, and then Microsoft Word in another window, so you can take notes while reading. It's really. I don't know. I feel sorry for you.
Or you're a student and you're taking a test online, and you have Google on one monitor, and then you have your primary monitor with the test. I mean, of course I joke, and we were both teachers actually, so we're anti-cheating. But whatever. Multiple monitors are super useful if you're a student, if you're working, if you're just a casual like working from home, and other things. Even like if you're gaming, I found like having your email open on one side and gaming on the other, just if you're waiting for an important email, is super useful.
When is Windows 11 being released? Sabi ni Saravich.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be November.
Yeah, end of the year.
End of the year kind of thing. End of the year, which means like maka January, because they might push it back. And then also, I think it's a good idea to buy Windows 10 so you can upgrade to Windows 11.
Apparently, Zarevich is that kind of student. Well, you didn't hear that from us, man. Pero, I mean, if you're PC savvy, and I don't know how they're doing the bar this year, because you need a laptop. But apparently, you still need to go to a test center. So, that is so weird.
No, but you save money that way. You don't need to come to Manila anymore and rent a place.
Yeah. Let's say you can go to Cebu, but you still need to go to a physical one. So, dala mo laptop mo.
Grabe.
And then imagine kung let's say naubusan ka ng charge.
Or wala ka ng internet. And then you don't know if like na-record yung sagot mo. And then after that, feeling ko yung checker will be like, okay na yan, sir.
I'm
okay
sure
na
napadala
yan.
yan.
Oh. And then you're like, oh my God. And then you next Sunday pa, I need to study pa, but I already failed maybe the first Sunday, pero hindi ko alam. Oh my God.
We're talking about the licensing test to become a lawyer. The bar this year, for the first time, it's digital, so you're gonna answer it on your device, but you bring your laptop, but you still need to physically go to a test center. So I don't know if you need to have preloaded like the software that they're gonna use beforehand. I really don't know, and to be honest, I'm happy that I didn't reach that when I took the test, it was all pen and paper, kasi you already have a lot of things on your mind. You don't need to worry about like, oh God, my laptop is gonna fail me, and buti if that's your only problem. Some people have to find the budget to get a laptop. I mean, no joke, diba? That's an expensive part.
They have to bring their own laptop?
Yeah, daw. I don't think the SE, wala pa yung SE. They won't be lending out laptops na, wala kang laptop? Sige, ito, may stock kami.
Man.
But if you're working at the Supreme Court and you need laptops, so why don't you try to source from Hardware Sugar? We'll hook you up. Hindi kasing mahal nung PhilHealth laptops. Or Pag-ibig ba yun or something? We posted about that like a couple of months ago.
Grabe, what do you call that? With that Pag-ibig laptop, you could buy like what? 4 M1 iPads or something like that?
I think it was like $1 million per laptop or something. If you have that budget for laptops, please come to Hardware Sugar. We don't even carry laptops, but we'll carry for you. Kung yan yung budget mo.
Okay.
PC is asking, when did you guys bar? I took mine 09. Rafael was
2015.
2015. Yeah. So well before the laptops became a thing.
What do you call that? I have to review.
What's the next?
Well, actually, human na.
Okay. Finish na. Okay.
So, I have some things that I wanted to review, partially review. Like, for instance, right now, we're dropping a video on the Asus Zen Gimbal. So that one, expect that within the week. And so, yeah. So the Asus Zen Gimbal is a gimbal for your cell phone. And actually, we're using a gimbal right now, the DJI. The DJI is sort of like it's industry standard na gimbal. And so, but see Asus, they want to get into the gimbal thing because they know that a lot of tech YouTubers now are using their cell phone.
Yeah.
So this is it. What do you call that? Like visually, I can already tell you that there is some partial problems here. Number one, the legs are too short. So if you put it on the table, it's not as stable. And it has fallen a couple of times already on me. And then secondly, this is the first time I noticed that a gimbal needs a weight. Like, when you're scuba diving and you need weights to bring you down, they attach a optional balancing weight.
Yeah, but it makes it more balanced.
It does. If your cell phone is heavy on the chunky side, you need to attach this to the Zen gimbal, which is kind of weird. Parang if you're buying a premium device, you don't want to add a balancing weight because the whole point of the gimbal is to balance it already as is. But anyways, overall though, it actually does something which is actually quite interesting. Wait, hold on. Let me show you why it's actually kind of cool. The DJI cannot do this. Here, I'm turning on the. Wait. What's going on?
Sorry,
Sorry. All right.
Sorry, we don't do live.
It's vibrating by itself.
It's the weight.
It needs the weight.
No, you need to remove the weight. You remove the weight. Is this the first time this happened?
Well, usually I have a phone attached to it there.
Yeah. Here, let me get your
Yeah, get in my iPhone. Yeah. Alright, if you can't see right now, it's vibrating by itself.
That's why we don't do live tech demos.
Okay, hold on a second. Alright. Well,
to be honest, it's Rafael who always uses the gimbal. I find it very confusing, these gimbal things, these camera things. But I have been telling people that I've been wanting to buy a second-hand camera kasi ang ganda talaga ng quality after Canon and Fuji lent us their DSLR once. But now I know uso nga yung mirrorless cameras ngayon. So we're looking to buy one for the shop. That's also why I got in trouble with the booger video. Because if I used a cell phone for that, hindi ganun kahalata yun eh. But the camera thing was just so sharp.
So anyway, so I got it working, and so look, it can do this.
What can you do?
It can 360
rotate.
It can 360 rotate. I can increase the speed of the gimbal actually, but this is what DJI cannot do. So if you're
180 ba yung DJI? How far? The range.
Pretty
of motion?
far, like up to
240?
here lang, but it can't go all the way here.
It's like 180.
Yeah. So problem lang is it cannot do diagonal. So it can only do, but it can't do like that, which means it lowers your sense of how far and where you can bring it around. But
Panyera pala tong asawa ni Casey Bolios eh.
oh,
I think she took the bar same time that was you.
wait, 2015. Oh man, what were the highlights of that bar? That was the bar immediately before.
Were you UST already?
Yeah, USD na yan.
Yeah,
that-
I took it in the sun.
Yeah, I know. You took it aside. The 2015 was the bar immediately before yung the bar na maraming nagpass. Like it was
okay.
it was the bar. It was the hard bar. It was the hard bar exam before the more people pass. I won't say in the easy bar exam because it's people who get mad. But it was still handwritten. I think my MCQ like 1 to 10 lang. The first 10 questions were MCQ and the rest were all essay. Good times, the 2015 bar exams.
Sorry, bye Liam Magnaya. Go attend to class.
Yeah,
that's
bye,
more important.
Liam.
But thanks for watching. Class more important than the stream.
The real bar. Alright. So I think we're pretty good. Stay tuned for our videos. And thank you for joining us. Anything else?
I just wanted to answer Rugal from YouTube asks, how did you come up with What's Up Internet as a signature opening?
Yeah, how did you do that?
To be honest, it wasn't intentional. There's no origin story, unfortunately. Just one time I said, parang I tried to do it kasi as a means to, it's very weird, especially if you're shooting YouTube videos for the first time and you're like it's open to the public and appearances aside, I'm an introvert. I'm shy. I don't like, public whatever. So like it's weird, like YouTube video and stuff like that. So I actually came up with What's Up Internet as a means to
help you get over.
Yeah, bring my anxiety down. Yung parang it's like, okay, everybody's gonna see this. It's the internet. What's up, internet? Parang ganon. So it's just like a greeting. And actually my memory is a bit faulty. I thought I was saying this like very early on in the channel. But then actually when I went back to the early videos, I don't say them until like I don't start saying that until like maybe April 2020. So actually quite recent because we've been on YouTube since November 2018.
So you only started saying it during pandemic.
Just about, yeah, I think so. So it's actually quite a recent thing. No really origin story, but it was just a way for me to kind of like calm the hell down and relax. Na yeah, okay, the internet's gonna see this. What's up, internet? I didn't really intend like I know that some YouTubers do have catchphrases. I wasn't witty enough to actually think of it as a catchphrase. It was just really more for me na like when you acknowledge that people are gonna see this, it kind of like okay, then parang you kind of move on and get to the actual video. But again, like the booger video, which I mentioned like 3 times already, I still really don't care a lot of times. So like my appearance can be disheveled and things like that. But maybe I really should like at least make sure that. And again, it's not booger; it's like just white hair. But I should maybe comb my hair and fix up and things like that. But yeah, What's Up Internet was supposed to be just to calm me down and like. So it's more conversational. Like I don't want to like think like, oh my god, there are like thousands of people who are gonna criticize me for like my Tagalog is wrong or my English accent is shit or my tech skills are weird, and it's just like me talking to a friend over video call now. Hey, sup? What's up, internet?
See, yan to Sariaval Rednax. Is it worth to buy a budget mechanical keyboard? Yeah, get the Asus K3. I had so much fun with the Asus K3. I keep saying that kasi I think it's $3,000 I think. 332? 33 na ganun. And then you get really good quality switches. And they're very satisfying. You can choose between blue or red switches. Check it out. And the best part of the Asus K3 is the wrist rest support. Talagang, it's cool because it's magnetized. And it's made out of a good form of plastic. Because if you get a wrist support like this expensive one.
Which comes with the Claymore, diba? Yeah,
the wrist support of the Claymore 2 is leatherette. So leatherette will really peel talaga in like maybe 1 to 3 years. But a good metal or good plastic wrist support will last forever. And so the Asus K3 is very
Baka more
impressive.
comfortable yung leatherette. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't know.
The problem with leatherette is it also makes you sweat. And then the moment you sweat,
that's when it starts to damage.
It will damage the wrist support over time. I give up on leatherette. But ROG makes leatherette because you guys keep buying, leatherette stuff. So if you guys stop buying leatherette stuff, ROG will stop making this. And then we'll end up with a keyboard that lasts longer. But then again, maybe that's why ROG wants to make it leatherette so that, something breaks so that you have an incentive to buy something new. But yun nga, I want to buy things na, like for instance, yung speakers ko, yung Altic Lansing, going tong 15 years na to, 15, 17 years old. And I'm not planning on replacing them anytime soon. So sana we have more products like that last like 18 years. Which is possible. Wood wrist... Yeah, Dante, I agree. The wood wrist support is nice. It's just that natatakot ako on where to buy, especially, and also
ironwood.
Yeah, but then parang it's
iron meets wood.
Like I said, it's to buy a wooden wrist support. It's something else that you need to research on to go with your keyboard, and then there's this whole will it sakto ba sa
keyboard,
length ng keyboard ko, and then will it be too high? The ones that come with kasi. At least you're guaranteed na the basics and stuff.
Just to go through a little bit, Tony from YouTube asked, "Is this the start of a live tech series?" Actually, this was very spur of the moment episode because our scheduled interview fell through. But to be honest, may quota kami kay sponsor. So, and we're that again. We want to be that kind of channel that if we say we're gonna do something, we're gonna do something. So if you send us an item to review, we're gonna review it. If we've agreed to an advertising schedule, may quota, we're gonna stick to that quota. We want to be professionals about this whole, even if it's just the YouTube thing and it's not even directly related to the shop. So we needed a show. The scheduled interview fell through. And we threw this together. Pero I don't know if this is the start, but parang it seems like a good naman. Although I mean
podcast style.
Yeah, the reception has been good, to be honest. The views look good. Maybe if we have interesting items to talk about. These are all items that we've reviewed in the past month. And to be honest, next month is also a heavy review month. We have the Canon EOS M6 Mark II review.
Okay, shout out to Captain JC Rage.
Oh, yeah, Captain. Yeah. Captain size for Sebpak. And actually, after a year and a half of lockdown, parang atat na tayo mag-travel.
Okay.
So what other stuff are you reviewing?
The ROG Gladius 3 wireless. By the way, this is an excellent mouse. If you guys saw the ROG Keris mouse, this is exactly the ROG Keris, but wireless.
But wireless.
Oh, okay. I don't even know why ROG made this. Because they have an ROG wireless mouse.
You asked
and then after that, they made this Gladius 3. So, I don't know, but I'm really enjoying it. And it also comes with extra switches. So, let's say, nasira na yung mga switches, the original switches, you can flip them out. So, very impressed so far with the setup that ROG was kind enough to lend us.
Hans is asking if we're gonna carry more keyboard stuff. To be honest, we want to, but we're not knowledgeable enough. Ang dami kasing mga drops, dami kasing mga iba't ibang manufacturers. But RJ, our friend who was on Pwede Magtanong, is super into keyboards. So actually, I've been meaning to sit down with him so that, and he's been telling me actually like the basic things. And we also have a customer who's super into keyboards. But I'm very wary of the market kasi it's very super niche na like if we get the wrong item, baka it won't sell and limited lang yung budget ng shop.
Mahal yung keyboards, dude.
Yeah, so
and then actually you also in those designer keyboards, you order them in advance like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then if something is not working, there's no way to recover warranty wise. So so if we sell it to you tapos it's not working, we can't recover. And grabbing investment, the time, the money. So I don't know, di namin kaya.
Sige, last question from the chat. Rugal asks, maganda yung logo nyo. Are any of us graphics designers? We are not, but we have a very good team. So shout out to our front end, Ren, who I think might be watching. She's our graphics designer, but our back-end Rocky the programmer also is very good conceptualizing and giving input on the graphic design. So it's actually a monitor because when we started Hardware Sugar, it came about because I was bitching or we were complaining na how come we don't have any decent monitors available locally? Ang daming magagandang monitors abroad, but sa atin hindi. So actually, that's why the Hardware Sugar logo is of a monitor. But ironically, we don't actually have a lot of monitors in stock because they're quite expensive to stock. Yun. So thank you for joining us for your lunch on this Monday. Yeah, we could probably do this maybe on a semi-regular basis. Yeah, so
If you guys tune in more, our sponsor will probably sponsor more of our live talk content stuff.
yeah, and maybe we can have like an actual logo. I mean, like not a reused backdrop.
Yeah, like it's a mess right now. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's like it's really like we stuck shit together.
Yeah, it's like we have the big ass like video lang, wala man lang arte or anything. It's really like sabog. But yeah, we're not really a streaming channel, but we do try to get the tech right. We're still learning about doing tech reviews. We're still, lots of things to improve on. And actually, catch the video tomorrow where we talk about, it's been 3 years since Hardware Sugar started, so we take stock like on the lessons we learned, stuff for improvement, and areas also that we've been doing good in. So thanks for watching.
All right,
Have a good
GG
day.
guys.